What up, Dokkanners? We had a big data download last night, so let's cover all of the stuff that dropped on Global and JP. There are some differences between Global and JP on this one, unfortunately, but there is a huge, massive Global W as well. And no, I'm not talking tickets. I'm talking something else. So let's take a look at it. Big shout out to my boy Proton for all things data download information. Give him a follow at Proton10MG on Twitter. Okay, thank you. So in here, we've got obviously the new units, the new assets. We've got the final touches on the remaining two stages that we have not been given. Infinite Dragon Ball History, Fighting Spirit of the Saiyans, Wicked Bloodline, the new stages. We are getting banner assets and tickets. Like I said, tickets, that is not the main selling point here when it comes to the big Global W. We don't actually really have to go through this because there's nothing of interest down here, except for maybe there's like one thing. Actually, no, there's nothing. I will say the Cosmic Battle ticket, the Pilaf Strove ticket, I'm assuming it's going to be just as valuable as the first part, which did give us level 5 skill orbs. I think that was the main draw to make that actually more worthwhile, because in a sense, when you're buying these Pilaf Stroves, you're essentially buying free summons, right? You're not having to spend Dragon Stones to summon without them, which isn't exactly free, but at the same time, at the end of the day, what are you exactly accomplishing, right? So when it comes to these sort of things, it's the extra stuff, the extra items per transaction that gives you that real value. And I've always wanted them to give level 5 skill orbs, because that's a great way to add more incentive, to add more value, because level 5 skill orbs are hard to come by no matter where you look at it. The only place you can really get them is Chain Battle, and everyone knows Chain Battle's annoying, so people aren't going to want to be doing that all the time. So if you can give more readily available access to level 5 skill orbs, that would increase the value for these Pilaf Troves. So I would imagine they will probably repeat the same thing, because they did in part 1. So that is definitely going to be a plus, but that is not the Global W. Now, looking at the JP side, for the JP data download, they did get some multicolored tickets. Now, before you guys think, oh, Global doesn't have this, it's a Global L, this has to do with a redeeming program or whatever it's called, where you can exchange these for like real life rewards. And apparently this has been discussed. I kind of forgot it, but it's kind of coming back to me. They did discuss this in a recent survey or two, where like they asked Global players, would you guys be interested in something like this? So this really doesn't impact the game in any way. This is just something that JP players can do in Japan for actual reward redemption. So there's that. So don't worry too much about that. Unfortunately, JP looks like they're going to be receiving the Dragon Ball Story Revamp, while Global does not. So in this Dragon Ball Story Revamp, if I remember correctly, I saw some people talking about it, where it says that they're going to be updating the story event for the Strongest Rivals, and they're going to be like updating a way to pick up the, what is it called, that Int SR Cooler. I'm trying to remember which one that is. He's like a pseudo free-to-play unit. So he was originally obtainable, I think, from one of these events. There was a certain event where this unit was available from. I don't remember where. This guy right here. But apparently they're going to be making him a lot easier to pick up. Oh, yeah. It was this one. Yeah, so this one's now been discontinued. But this was the older version of the Strongest Rivals before they revamped it before. But now they're going to revamp it again into a Dragon Ball Story event. And they're apparently going to make this one a lot more streamlined, a lot more easier to obtain. So yeah, Global's not getting this one, apparently, according to the data download, which kind of stinks, but whatever. It's not like it's that big a deal, unless they provide some like big time TUR or whatever. But anyway, that is the update on the 2 data downloads. Now let's take a look at the banners. Here's where the Global W comes into play. So this is the JP banner screenshot. This is what the cover art is going to look like for the banner, the Dokkan Festival. As you can see, you've got Cell, you got UI Goku, Frieza, you got the banner unit. We don't have everybody there, but we'll talk about that. And then this is, oops. And then this is the the JP LR banner, the Carnival banner. So on this one, you see Metacoola, you see Janemba, big dubs. You got Krillin, Gohan, 7-year Vegeta, and Broly. All right, so that's the JP side. Now for the Global side. For Global, we've got this same exact thing for the Dokkan Festival. And prepare yourselves, folks. With Global, with JP having the 7-year LRs, what could Global get that could possibly compete in value? Well, it is this LR Goku and Gohan. If you guys have been seeing some of my showcases, some of my videos, you guys know how ridiculously powerful and busted this unit is. This is like a pseudo 7-year LR. So the fact that this is now going to be front and center on the main stage is a humongous W for Global players. Now, understand, this is on a Carnival banner, and that is inherently a bad thing in terms of comparing it to the Dokkan Festival, because in terms of value, On your summons, the Dokkan Festival banner is still better, which we'll talk about in a separate video. But in terms of the one-to-one comparisons, this is the best one that it could possibly be. Because this unit, you could argue, is better than the 7-year LR, the 7-year Part 2 LRs. You could argue. I'm not going to say that it is or not, but it is that close in comparison because that's how good this unit is. So the fact that Global's going to be getting this on their banner is a big W. So as a consolation, if you're not able to pull the Metacooler, if you can't pull the Janemba, this is going to be a nice consolation prize. And a lot of people are going to be very happy with that fact because now it's not like the worst thing in the world where if you don't pull the main headliner, you're left with nothing. There's a good chance you could end up with this too. So that is a global W in and of itself. And I hope that people are able to benefit from this. But again, it's a carnival summon. So, you know, buyers beware. That is pretty much it for the data download information. But I just want to go over a couple more things. The Infinite Dragon Ball History Stage 21 against the Extraordinary Fighters or whatever it's called. The weakness is going to be Wicked Bloodline and Artificial. Well, no, actually, it's not weakness. These are going to be the category missions. Wicked Bloodline and Artificial Life Forms. So there's going to be something where you have to clear it with at least 3 Wicked Bloodline members on the team, with at least 3 Artificial Life Forms on the team. You can do both at the same time. I typically like to make a challenge video where I complete all the Infinite Dragon Ball History missions in one team in one go with no items. So I'll probably try to do something similar on this iteration, so that'll be fun. Wicked Bloodline, Artificial Life Forms, there's a ton of crossover, especially with Metacooler. So that will help you build up your team if you want to do that challenge. Now let's move on here. 2 more stages are coming to this one, not much to say there. And now finally, I want to go over the release time once again, which is going to be basically tonight. It's going to be dropping at 9 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for me, which is 4 hours after reset. That's the magic number. So whatever time zone you're in, once again, 4 hours after your reset, that is going to be when the banner releases. So I'll be going live on the channel so that you guys don't miss any of the action because I'm going to be summoning like crazy. And I also got some cool edits and collabs planned. Actually, I think I have one planned. So look forward to that. If you guys want more further details on how to calculate your own time zone, then go check out my previous video where I talk about when the summons are actually going to be starting. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about are the actual units and the medals needed for these units. If we take a look at these units in the breakdown, shout out to Dokkan.wiki here, we will see all the medals that we need. It's actually very nice this time around because there's not that many. Well, I mean, this is a Dokkan festival. So you only need to have the new unit or the new medal, 70 copies of that, and then 35 of the older Metacooler medals. Then you also need the same thing for the LR, only this time it's the reverse. Normally, when it comes to LRs, legendary summons, it's a little bit messier. There's like multiple different LR or medals you're going to need to pick up. This time they made it very easy. This is just the opposite of the Dokkan Festival. So 35 times 2 for the new one, and then 35 times 1 for the old one, and then vice versa here. And then for the banner unit, you need 35 of the new one. So I've broken this down into a simple little graphic right here. So if you guys want to get every single medal that's needed for this entire thing, you're going to need 105 of the cooler medals, 140 of the new medals. So this is going to take you a lot of time, obviously, once this drops. But until then, you can actually take the time to farm out these medals because this event will require 15 Z hard runs to get all of these medals right here. You need 105. It's basically 35 times 3, since there are 3 different instances that you need it. 35 right here, so that's 35, plus another 35, that's 70, plus another 35, that's 105. You're going to need 105 of these, which will take you 15 Z hard runs. So throughout the day, if you guys are just kind of waiting for the banners to drop and you have nothing else to do, if you don't want to link level or whatever, just take some time to auto through this Metacooler Dokkan event and get these 15 runs taken care of. At which point you will be halfway there. And then once the new banners release, you can spend another 3 hours to get all of this done. It's annoying. I know. I hate it. So if you guys want to run through these medal grinds with me, I will be doing a post-game show after the summons, and we can run through these together and actually farm all this out. So there you have it. That's the breakdown. That's all the info. I can't wait. Global dub, man. Huge. You guys remember that Broly video that I made where I beat the event with double 150s? Yeah, that is all thanks to this unit right here. So now that everyone is going to have a lot more, well, I wouldn't say a lot more consistent, but people will have the opportunity to potentially pull this guy. That is a big, big W. And unfortunately, he's also going to be, I think this is going to mean that he's going to be featured on the Carnival coin shop, which kind of stinks. But at the same time, if you are one of those people who spends like crazy, you don't get it, at least there's an out for you with this unit. So I'm just going to take it as a silver lining. I'm going to be a glass half full kind of person on this one. Big dubs. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments. Are you excited for these two banners now that you've seen the lineup? Well, not exactly. Now that you've seen the cover art for the two banners, are you excited for the events coming up tonight? Is there anything else you are looking forward to, or do you feel like part 2 is going to drop the ball as opposed to part 1? Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.